Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting live show with your boy Daft Previews. How you doing today, friend?
What's good? I'm ready.
You are ready. You got bets.
I got a few. I've just been up since 5:30 a.m., which was 3 hours ago.
Yeah,
So I've been in props madness for a couple of hours already this morning. So we're good to go.
that's what's up. That's what's up. We got a lot of people in here already, so I'm grateful to have you guys. We got Sharif in here as always. Distro Kid. He wants to know about the Heat money line. Man, I could not think of a bet I'm going to stay away from. Not just specifically the money line for the Heat, but a Heat side or total. I'm good on that for this one, but appreciate having you in here, man. We got people who are definitely already shouting out Daft, so good to have you guys in here too. And it is a beautiful accent from a beautiful man for sure. And then Derudy says, "Welcome, Kings and Queens." Yeah, so we're all mixing it up. And you don't even have to pay me. Yeah, that song does get stuck in my head too. All y'all fellow ADDists who have a little attention deficit, songs get stuck in our head super easy. I gotta fast forward through it at this point, man. Or the rest of the day is like, it's all free. You don't even gotta pay me. And I'm just saying that all day with the accent. So all right, let's get it going. Appreciate having you guys in here. Everybody that's coming in, I see you guys. So let's get your bets down because I'm going to be keeping this thing moving. We're going to get live show producer David in here eventually. He's a little late on Wednesdays, so I'm running the show, which is obviously, right, the inmates are running the asylum. It's a problem, but we're going to do our best here. I'm going to just get right into the first game, but also let you guys know that if you do want to use Props Madness, you can use code LYB. You get 7 free days with a little trial there, and you also get yourself 25% off on your first month using this platform. If you have any questions about what we're doing in here, hopefully we do a good enough job of showing you how to use this program, because it's important that you know how to use it in addition to using it. Otherwise, you're not going to get the most out of it. So let's go ahead and jump right into the first one. We'll go down the line according to PM and the way they have the games listed here. We still don't have Jason Tatum's official tag. I think he's playing. Kristaps, I don't really think he's playing, but even if he does, I don't think he goes for more than 22 minutes or something like that. So that's kind of my prognosis here on the Celtics. And then on the other side, we have no J-Dub, right? And probably no Caruso, if I had to guess, but we're still waiting on his tag. So we'll see what we get there. But where do you want to start in this one, my man?
I have a feeling, I don't know. I saw notes on who participated at shoot around and stuff, but I don't remember what was said because it was so early this morning. I wasn't taking information in very well.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling if Kristaps plays, he's probably not limited because he wasn't injured. He was just a bit sick.
He's sick.
I think he still plays his normal bullshit. His first quarter points prop is interesting if it's still at 4.5.
Let's see.
Not something that I'm taking because I'm trying to be conservative around like game time decisions and not going. I don't want to blow my load too early. Sure. I don't think any man does.
No.
But
not when you can avoid it.
Yeah. So I actually did like the look of SGA and his boards though. And I took it after the bump at 5.5 at like plus 110 or something like that. And
gotcha.
Yeah, it got bumped from 4.5 to 5.5 and then I jumped on it.
Yeah.
And it's the same reason I targeted LeBron in this matchup against Boston. It's like, they're just going to dump as many three-pointers as possible. We're going to see some longer rebounds today. SGA is most likely defending Drew Holiday, so the matchup makes a ton of sense to me. Jalen Williams is not there, and he's notorious for weak side rebounds as well.
Yeah.
So I like SGA on the boards. I think the earlier match they had this season, that's a clear outlier.
Yeah.
The Boston Celtics often sucked in that game. So he saw a lot more rebound opportunities than he should have. But still, for him to get 6, if he's playing 36 plus minutes with no Jalen Williams, I think we have a good chance here. Like even thinking about how Boston are going to play their offense, they'll run 4 out, 5 out most of the time. They're going to hunt Hardenstein and Chet on switches. They're going to do everything they can to put them in the worst position possible. And that's going to impact their ability to get boards as well. So I'm liking SGA as the one constant throughout the game.
And you can see one of the things here you can see on Props Madness is the defensive rank versus position. And you can see here for the Celtics, they are 23rd limiting boards to SGA's position, just guards in general. Like you said, if you shoot a ton of threes, you get a ton of long rebounds. That's what geometry tells me. I don't know geometry very well, but apparently that's what it means. So that's why those boards come out a little bit further to guys like SGA, who will be standing on that 3-point line. And I think it's the 1v1 right here. Drew guards him. He guards Drew. And honestly, like the points are super high for a reason. Like obviously without J-Dub, that's one reason. The other reason would be like, if I'm Boston, my go-to is yeah, go ahead, SGA, get your 2-pointers, get your mid-range
We'll trade
shots.
2 for 3s.
Go ahead. Yeah, we'll trade them. Like, we're going to be chucking those threes anyway. This is exactly what we want you to do. So by all means, go ahead. As long as Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins don't get hot, we're pretty sure we're going to be good in this one, which is a crazy thing to say, but that's their game plan. That's how they played them. So I think that makes complete sense on that one. Going back to the first thing you were saying about Kristaps, the only reason so like you're not touching his stuff either way, right? Whether it's a full game, yeah, because you're not really sure even what his minutes will be if he does play, which I totally concur. And like, it's a stay away, but I thought about an under. And the crazy thing is, even if you limit him to, like, let's say he plays 20 to 24, right, which is like obviously way lower than he normally would. This is baked in. Like, this number is baked in. Even if you give him like 18 to 24 or something ridiculous, I think I forget what I was looking at. It was like 15 to 20, and it was still just like a ridiculous hit rate, whatever it was. But yeah, either way, he doesn't need very many minutes to get his. So this number is already baked in for him not playing that many minutes.
He does it early as well. If he has a reduction in minutes, his second half minutes are lower anyway. So.
So you could be doing that first half stuff. I ended up playing Lou Dort in this game.
I like the idea of Dort in this one.
Yeah. So look at the crazy stuff that happens when he plays this team. So in the first game this season, obviously no Chet and no Caruso, but I don't think we're seeing Caruso again. And then we're not going to have J-Dub. So much more impactful for the amount of shots that are available now for a guy like Dort. 14 shot attempts, 39 minutes. If you go into the game log, he's guarding Jason Tatum for the entirety of the game that he's out there, or he's guarding Jaylen Brown. When Tatum comes out, he stays on the court to guard Brown. The other guy doing that a little bit was J-Dub. Like, he was the other Brown Tatum defender alongside Dort, and he's not even out there anymore. So I think you comfortably pencil Lou Dort in for 38 minutes. The other thing is the shots. 14 shots in this game. Last season against his team, 2 games, 28 minutes because they lost by 35. But he still took 10 shots in 28 minutes, and he took 14 shots in this one as well. 14 shots for this dude is above average, and that's what he's averaging now against this team is 14 shots. Went back into the tape a little bit on that. They want him to shoot. Their defense is like, by all means, we're going to make sure nobody else gets their shots off. Like, Lou Dort, you're the man, right? Go for it. Have your go. And like, he's taking 7 to 9 threes, right? Like, shooting a ton against them. So while he doesn't have the best percentage, and I don't love taking Lou Dort, who's mostly a jump shooter, especially against a team that defends jump shooting, this particular matchup and the way that they're defending him led me to be very, very happy with the 10.5 that I got on the over.
I love it. I was going to play the over as well, and I was considering taking him for 15 points because I looked at the volume as well. That's the guy they want to shoot. They'll leave him to shoot. And like, looking at his games where he takes at least 14 shots, he's over in 6 of the last 7, averaging like 17, 18 points over the last 2 years. Like, if the volume's going to be there, like, yeah, I think it's an excellent play. We know he's going to get the minutes. He should get the shots too. So I support that.
Dope. I love having your support. Did you have anything else on this one, or should we be looking in the comments for a minute?
Go through the comments. I've got nothing down, just a whole lot of shit I thought about. But
yeah. So that's why his rebounds are so low from that motherfucker, which is I love calling on this dude every time. I know. How fun is it to say that motherfucker?
I didn't read the name. I thought that's just how you communicate now.
I'm assuming that's how we're supposed to pronounce it. Daniel smashed the over for Kristaps. Yeah, I think if you're gonna play anything, probably first quarter. The other thing is he could come off the bench. There's been talk about that. That was mentioned today on a couple of different shows that were like Kristaps might come off the bench in this situation. So keep that in mind for your first quarter stuff for him. Just running through, see if there's anything else. Cody likes Brown points. Doesn't think Tatum plays, but I do think Tatum plays, Cody. So I'm not necessarily going to bank on getting like a good value there on Brown's points. What are they at right now? Are they 23? Yeah, 23.5. I mean, that's what he's at on the season. That's what it should be at with a high usage situation. So I'm not necessarily going to be going over on his points necessarily, but I see you liking Brown. All right, let's move past this one. We do really need to see if these guys are in. I'm sure David will be letting us know if they are. So you're good to roll on, yeah?
Just roll.
All right, roll into the next one. Go ahead and give the video a like if you haven't done that, as I see a lot of y'all rolling in. Do you want to do this one? Do you like Scotty's still questionable, so we got 3-4 props. I think James.
What I think is crazy, like Scotty just re-aggravated his injury, but it feels like everybody's betting on him. I'm like, why? Like, he just got re-injured and now he's questionable to play, but everyone is just dumping money on Scotty because RJ and IQ are out. Like, I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
That's awesome. I'm down to take it. I'm going to do an under right now. I've been waiting to see if I should do this. It got bet down a bunch because I think established the run guys gave out their stuff with some picks, and he was an under for them. So this got nuked downward. I think this was 35.5 earlier. I'm still happy to take this to under 33.5. I don't even think he's going to play down the stretch, right? Like this is what we should be talking about. Actually, I think I can go to Tankathon. Let me go to Tankathon to show you guys what I'm talking about. If you don't know this one, this is helpful nowadays because we do need to know who's really, really trying to out-tank whom. As you can see, Toronto, Philly, they need to out-tank each other, and now they're playing each other. Jazz got fined $100K. I think the Jazz would pay 10 times that for the rights to Cooper Flag. Like they would say $100K, we'll pay $2 million now in cash in a briefcase if we can just have the rights to the first overall pick. So like I think they're going to keep doing it too. Like there ain't enough money to stop them from doing it. But yeah, the Raptors and the 76ers need to lose. So
which team, isn't it like the bottom 3 or 4 teams get the same odds now? Didn't they change how the lottery works?
Yep, they did change that. So like that's what these locks are right here. Is that you're guaranteed a much better percentage for your pick. It's 14% right here for the top 3. So they all have the exact same percentage chance of getting the number 1 pick. And yeah, you fall off a bunch here too. Say again.
The Raptors have a lot of work to do then.
Yeah, especially because this fourth best odds is pretty important. You drop down from 12.5% to like less than 10%, that you have a likelihood of getting like the number 1 overall pick. So yeah, you definitely want to get in that top 4. Exciting times here in the NBA. Just like the opposite of what's the opposite of competition? Not non-petition, because it's just like nobody's trying. So that's why I do like an under on Scotty if he even plays, which I'm actually doubting that he does. And I like an under on Quentin Grimes because he's now far and away their best player, and you can't have your best player playing too many minutes if you're trying to lose. Any thoughts on the unders for both those guys?
Support the under on Scotty because I've seen the Raptors just develop their young players for no fucking reason, which I don't know. With Grimes, I feel like he has a lot of empty stats though. Like his stats don't go towards winning. So I feel like he could still pump out like 25-5 and they still lose anyway. Yeah. Like, so I don't know about Grimes, but Scotty, I'd be down to play an under on if I had the balls to play more unders.
Yeah. I'm doing it. You should regulate to the G League. Not sure they don't want that. Although ticket sales will plummet. -110 to the under at 33.5. I would take the 34.5, but I know that I'm not playing Bet365 right now. So I'm gonna play this on DraftKings rather, -110. So I am gonna take an under on Scotty there. For those who would like to tail.
Might be worth waiting because if Drummond, Oubre, and Yabusele all get pulled from this game, like suddenly you've got injury reports which are longer than the active players.
I know.
You're going to see short rotations, which is why it's like the over might be a good look for someone like Grimes. If they only have 7 players.
Right. Like, did you play anything in this game?
Nah, I'm not crazy. Like I'm stupid, but I'm not fucking crazy.
That's fair. Very fair. I don't even think Scotty's going to play. So I'm adding that right now. Anything in the comments fancy or tickle? We got Grimes looks. We got Pirtle under looks.
Sheed was an interesting one because he's someone that I considered betting on.
Shed,
my bad.
Yeah, you're good.
Shed spelled in Australia doesn't have an A in it, so
I don't
know. But at the same
time,
neither does like bread has an A in it, so that's on me, y'all.
Right. Leave Jamal Bread alone.
But yeah, I think he can produce, but I don't know whether it's going to be in points. I don't know whether it's going to be in assists. Like do I play points and assists? And I'm like, if I'm not uncertain about it, just fucking move on. So that's where my mind goes. But
yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I don't know that we should spend. We have 9 games. We're doing a good job of staying on time right now. Let's at least say Anna B wants to go under points, rebounds for Drummond. Yeah, I don't think he's going to play. But if I was going to do anything, like why did he only play 10 minutes and 25 and 19? They don't want to win. Like they played him 29 against the Blazers. They didn't come close to winning in that one, but he had 24 rebound chances. So they were like, wait a second, took him out and they're done. So that's where I still see them at. And same with Yabu. What's that?
They're like, what are you doing there, man? Get the fuck off the court.
Yeah. Bro, we're trying to lose. Yeah. All right, cool. Let's keep rolling. I see y'all putting picks in for the later games. No, we are going in order. So we got some looks for the later ones. I'll at least star some of the ones I want to make sure we come back to. But if you can do it in order, it definitely helps us out too. Just know that, or at least it's more likely that you'll get found with your comment. Know that. So let me see if there's anything like this game is terrible, y'all. I don't even see myself being like, yeah, let's roll with that. I feel super confident for any of the bets that you would put down because we don't know what the minutes are going to be. It's hard to bet on two teams that aren't trying to win. I've said that in the past. Say it again. So, I mean, it's tough to segue from saying that into going into the Hornets and Hawks, but like all these teams are playing their players, so we can work with it, right? We know Capella's out, but we got Karis LeVert and Trey in this game for the Hawks, and then for the Hornets, I just believe Nurk is questionable still, and that we don't have an official update on him. So until we get that, we don't know, but I don't know that would affect too much. Oh yeah, it's interesting that Freestops was bringing up that the Jazz got fined. That was 3 minutes ago that news came out. So I don't think it's going to deter anybody, but that's funny that they actually got fined. All right. Where do you go in this one?
Hornets versus the Hawks. What did I have in this? Fuck. I bet on Miles Bridges. I like his over in points and assists today.
He's very good at basketball.
Yeah, I feel like because he's got his second chance in the league, right? After committing a couple of crimes. And I feel like he's not taking it for granted. Like when I watch them play, I'm like, this guy is probably the only one who hasn't packed it in. Like he's locked in every single game and he gives a shit. And he's playing quite well. He plays the most minutes for the Hornets now. He's got a great matchup here against Atlanta when it comes to scoring, when it comes to diming up. I like it, the points plus assists. Even with LaMelo and Mark Williams, if you look at 33 to 39 minutes, he's projected for about 36. If you go with LaMelo, with Mark, 33 to 39 minutes, points and assists for him, I think they're pretty decent, unless this line's moved. I got it 27.5, 28.5. Yeah. Still playable for me, given the matchup.
It's going up.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go any higher than 28.5. -125. I don't love that, but...
I put the Scotty bet down finally. Like I got it out earlier, like 10 minutes ago, but I was like, I don't think he's really going to play, but if he does, he's not playing full minutes. And as I hit enter, Scotty ruled out. We like to have fun around here in the NBA. We're having fucking fun for sure. Let's see real quick. David saying if he had access to FanDuel, he put 2 units on that bad boy out of principle because the books just messed up big time. 2-point discount. Which one are you talking about, David? David comes to mind.
Sorry. So Legacy King posted that in
posted what? I have no idea what we're talking about. Fill me in.
So the first quarter points on Bridges at FanDuel is like 2 points less is basically what he's
right here.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a niche play, but just as a heads up.
Yeah. Wow. Well, this is the most widely accessed book, I believe, in the country. Interestingly, Legacy King can't even access it because he doesn't.
Yeah, right, that's what he was saying.
Yeah. Poor Legacy King. But I do like I do like betting on that if you can get that on FanDuel. 4.5 first quarter points, playing anywhere from like 9 to 10-ish minutes. So let's call it 9 minutes in the first quarter. Taking a bunch of shots. Let's see what the shots are real quick. Drop the fucking bag on it. The 5th 5 field goal attempts, 6 field goal attempts, 4. Yeah, you can get there. He's getting to the free throw line. It's a bad man.
I'm getting aroused, and I'm going to do a quarter parlay, I think, because I've got Sportsbet is our version of FanDuel, and we've got the same lines. So I think I'm going to run with Miles. I'll run with Kristaps. Who else scores in the first freaking quarter all the time? Might touch Andrew Wiggins.
Tobias Harris, but he's not playing today.
Yeah, Wiggins is the new guy. We'll go with Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins. I think he's got a pretty good matchup today, actually, too, in that Heat game. But that's a good find. Appreciate you, Legacy King, on the look there for Miles. We're still on this game. I had a couple looks in this one. Oh, I did get something down in this game while we're talking about Miles. I also think he's going to score. I did a little parlay because here's my thing. I don't love doing this, but I took Bang Bang George Niang. You're not going to stop me from betting on his rebounds. I got over 3.5 rebounds for Bang Bang on FanDuel. That was -140. What's a Trixie Daft? What is that?
A Trixie is just a combination. A Trixie is just a 2-leg parlay, a 3-leg parlay put together in one bet. So essentially it's 4 bets in one.
Oh.
It's just one of those combinations. So instead of me doing like all these different bets and sharing them, I just put the combo in. So essentially just round robins them.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Then you can do that on 365 and DraftKings and FanDuel. I believe most books you can do that.
Most books do it. It's just a lot of people don't play them. And what's fucked up about it is the terminology is different in every single country.
Right.
So
right. Trixie, got you. Yeah. And then multis and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. But the bang bang play here is, if you look at him since he's come to this team, which was on February the 8th, this is what he's done. And the only game he didn't do this against the Bucks, he had 6 rebound chances. He got the 23 minutes, but I'm banking on him playing at least 24. So what we've seen is that we've got Capella out, and when we've seen Capella out, we've seen George Niang start alongside Okongwu, and then they bring Mo Gay off the bench as the backup 5. So we're going to get Mo Gay on the bench, and then we're going to get Niang, bang Niang, on the starting lineup. So either way, I like 24 minutes. This is too low, but I did parlay this because I didn't really want to play this at minus 140, and I didn't feel like taking 5+ because of how freaking often he gets 4 since he's come to this team. So I loved 4, and I just added Miles 20+ points to it because, again, Miles is going to be guarded by some form of either George Niang, Mo Gay, or like Zachary Risa-Shea, more likely. So he's about to get an education, or however you say it in French, in this game from Miles Bridges as he eats today. So I love everything Miles Bridges. The points are getting stupid high, but I took the 20+ because he's done this in 33 of 36 games where he's played at least 30 minutes this season. And he's back up to, like you were saying earlier, I think 36 minutes is a good projection for him, as that's about what he's at on the season. And this team is playing big minutes and big usage. If you look at like the recent box score here, from when did the last Hornets game was probably March 11th, couple of days ago, maybe it was before that, but if you look at their most recent box score, I don't think it was it was like a couple of days ago, right? All of the shots are being taken by Ball, Williams, and Bridges here. So yeah, you can bank on all of that stuff. Did you have something else for this? And sorry, it is Mo Gay. That is how you say it. Enjoy that one.
I heard you say we're getting more gay on the bench, and I was like,
yeah,
what the hell are we talking about here?
Yeah, you gotta stay on top of it. I'm gonna be dropping these things consistently. So if you want to get Mo Gay on the bench, then it's gonna be in the Hawks game for sure.
All right, we got a little bit of injury update here.
Yeah, please help us.
So Jaylen Brown available to play. Porzingis ruled out. Al Horford available to play, and Tatum will play.
Yeah. Told y'all. That's what it is. That's what I do now. I'm the prognosticator of lineups. But the other thing is the biggest hint was Kristaps going, hey, here's a tweet that he sent like yesterday. Hey, I'm like really sick. I don't know why I'm sick, and we're still trying to figure it out, but I'll be back as soon as I can. And then 24 hours later, he's questionable. And I'm like, oh, they found a cure to his uncurable disease in 24 hours? No, he's not fucking playing. What are we doing? Why is he questionable? So he's not playing. I don't know if you want to go back to that one yet, or if did you have anything else in this one? This Hornets Hawks?
No,
nothing.
You're not betting on LaMelo today? You nailed it the last time.
I did like the assist in the last one. I don't have any reason not to like it in this one. He kind of owned Mr. Daniels the other day as well. Sorry, I'm trying to see the game that they played. I believe he had a pretty good game. 34 on 20 shots. Very efficient for LaMelo Ball. And then the dimes were just 4 on 11 potentials. So he had volume. He was only missing like Mark Will, and he'll have him in this game. But I don't know. What did you like for him?
Oh, nothing. I did consider Onyeka today in this game, though, the points and rebounds aspect of it all. But the line, from the time I was taking my dump and looking at it to now, the line's already moved. So I probably won't bet it. But points and rebounds is a decent matchup.
I'm never betting on him ever again in my life.
Oh, you got a ban list. You're one of those guys.
Well, Okongwu, it's not a ban list. I shouldn't be betting overs on bad basketball players. How do you take 9 shots against like half of Yabusele, Dembona, and sometimes being guarded by Justin Edwards? And you take 9 shots in this game? You had 5 boards in this? What, on 8 chances? What are you doing out there? You're the center, and you had 8 rebound chances in this game against the centerless 76ers. I'm done with him. Like, I watch him play and I'm like, he disappears like Toby Harris used to. So I'm just good. Right. But that said, there's random moments where he's an over. So if you find those spots, like, God bless, my bad. There was a Jaylen Brown. Looks like Free Sauce likes Jaylen Brown first quarter points versus KC with no Porzingis. 9, 12, 10. His line is at 6.5. So yeah, that could be a good look there too. I think Jaylen Brown does go off a bit more in the first quarter in these situations when Kristaps isn't around. So I can see that. All right. Anything in the comments? I'm not sure if you saw anything, but I'll take a quick gander and we can keep moving on, I think. Yeah.
I'm happy to move.
All right, let's move. Yeah, we got plenty of games to keep going. So if we need to come back to something, we will. But let's get to Suns, Rockets. Let's just get into it. I know we're going to be without Amin Thompson, obviously. Let me pull my notes back up. Where did my notes go? Here they are. Amin Thompson is out, right? And then who else are we missing in this one? I got to pull it up. Oh, yeah, and then Nick Richards and Grayson Allen, right? Those guys are out for Phoenix. So we're going to see Mason Plumlee start alongside Bol. Blah, blah, blah. What do you do with this one?
Yeah, I don't know. I hate not betting against Phoenix because they suck in every which way at the moment.
Sure do.
But it's like, who do I pick? Fred coming back does make things a bit interesting. Jalen Green falls back into a primary option for scoring. But I ended up betting on Tari Eason in this game, and I bet on his PRA. I think it was 22.5. Yeah. Over 22.5 PRA. We know with Armin out, he's going to be your designated sixth man. He still gets close to 30 minutes off the bench. And how he likes to score his points is everywhere that the Suns will give it to you, especially now post the All-Star break. They're terrible at defending the three-point line. They're terrible at defending in transition. They're terrible around the rim, especially after the All-Star break. Like, they've been complete ass.
Yeah.
So Tari Eason to just hustle. Really, that's what I'm thinking here. Yeah. I think he gets points. He'll get rebounds and assists in every which way. He actually had a really strong game against Phoenix
the last one
about a month ago in 34 minutes, 25 points, 9 boards, 4 assists. Like, man was doing it all. And Thompson was in, Van Vliet and Smith were out. But I think he gets close to the volume of minutes.
Yeah. I got really galaxy brain in this one where I was just like, kind of got lost in a tangle of just like my overthinking it, where it's like, you know what I mean? Where I'm like, okay, so is Jabari Smith starting and then Tari? Yeah, so Tari's coming off the bench. So is Dylan Brooks guarding KD? Well, Brooks guarded KD last time, but like there were guys that weren't available in this game. Like Fred wasn't available in this one, and Jabari Smith wasn't available in this one. So obviously that helped Tari get a few more minutes. He played 34, and you bump him down from like 28 to 32 in this one as a range, right? So settle on 30. Yeah. Like, I agree. The things that then I would like the over for Tari, thinking we get some value because he'd be coming off the bench. And I think maybe this will get ticked down when he does get announced coming off the bench, like when the official lineup comes out for them. But then I'm like, is he going to guard KD now? And then you put Brooks on like a Booker, right? Which we saw last season. So I'm sort of confused about the matchups. But that's the only reason, like, I don't know about the rebounds, but I love the points. And I have no problem with 1.5 assists for him as well against this doo-doo team, because they're going to live in transition. And he's going to be more the equivalent of Amin Thompson in this game than I think anybody else. Like, he'll do the best impression of Amin.
I think similar to like a Najee Marshall. Like, if Tari Eason gets a rebound, he'll just go. He'll just push it. Right. You can get a rebound and score in the same possession. A rebound and assist in the same possession, which is why I ultimately went with the PRA.
Okay, so you don't have any problem with rebounds.
I think the fact that Phoenix have this, it's not a 3-headed monster, but they've got those 3 guys out there who are going to play a lot of minutes and see a lot of ball. Like, Tyrie's going to get his minutes out there, I think. So
I do see that, and I think the points are like, I love the points and assists is what I'm saying. And if you have no problem with the rebounds, like 6.5, he's going to do it sometimes. This is a good matchup to do it.
And I think if he defends KD, even better. Like, out of the 3, KD has pretty low usage. Like, if he doesn't have the shot, he moves the ball on. Whereas Bill and Booker will play with it a little bit. They move a lot more. Whereas KD's happy to just chill out on the weak side and wait for his turn.
Yeah, that's fair. And he will get his turn. And then he'll be on the floor as the primary when Booker comes off too. It'll be his world. I took Beal rather. Excuse me. I took an over on Beal on the points. Nice. Yeah. Happy to look at that one in a minute. I took Beal over on the points. I also really want to take an under on his dimes at 4.5, and they're not there. I guess you can get it on DraftKings. I think this is a steal. So I'm actually considering a value play for Beal in addition to the points, but I'll tell you about that one in a minute because I know you'll love it. But the thing I love about the Beal points is he's going to be guarded by Fred. Like it's him and Fred. They're going to be guarding each other basically. Interestingly too, by the way, this Phoenix Suns defense, the last like 10 games or whatever with Brad Beal, has like a 120 defensive rating. It's like one of the worst defenses in anyway, but when he's out there, especially, it's been really, really bad as they've been relying on him to guard a lot of the other team's really good players. And he has not been doing a good job of it.
Yeah.
I'll say
they don't
that.
have any other options.
Exactly. Yeah. And Royce O'Neal is basically playing power forward and guarding bigs right at this point. So yeah, Beal is going to be guarding Fred, but he's going to get the Fred matchup. So that's going to be a lot of him on the wing, one-on-one against Fred VanVleet against a defense that does not double down. And he's going to get the mid-range and a lot of stuff going to the rim against Fred. So really like him to have a pretty high usage today. And because I like the under on the assist so much, it was 4.5, which was way too high against the Rockets. I'm always looking for who's going to go under on dimes. And he's not going to be put in a position that he's like the primary looking for other guys to score. He's going to have the opportunity to go to the bucket. And then what, he's going to dish off to Mason Plumlee for his assists? Like, I doubt it. I think he's going to be pulling up before he does give it to the Great White Hope. So, yeah, I think the under assists over points for Beal. I mean, you're getting plus 124. So I'm actually down to take like 15 plus points under 3.5 assists and put that together for, I think about like plus 180 at that point is what it comes out to. So
I'd go a step further. How many minutes have you got Bradley Beal for tonight?
Like 35.
His usual, usual starter minutes.
He's at 32, but lately in the starter minutes where there's like not a blowout, yeah, you can at least put him at like 34. But he's been playing high 30s in this area. So
yeah. I'd toy around with the 20 plus and under in his
under assists, and
take the under 3.5 as well, because you're getting extreme plus money on both ends.
Right.
Your odds will get somewhat around.
All right, let me just see what it is. I'm going to put it together real quick. We're going to the Suns game. Also, this is my ant bet. If anybody wants to look at my other value play that I haven't put down yet, but it's getting worse juice. I always get suspicious that I should be like removing my selections when I'm done, because they're going to de-juice it if I leave it up because they know I want it. Just once again, probably overthinking it, but I wish I had taken it down. So the value play for Beal would be points 20 plus, which gets you plus 210. Yeah, this is getting sexy already. Player dimes under the 3.5. Just go with it, right?
Yep.
No need to get cute. Plus 518. Yeah, that's pretty great.
What is it? Plus
518. Yeah, that's.
And I ran the same one on 365 just now. It's plus 550.
Yep. Nice.
So yeah, that's where something I'd put a quarter unit on.
Yeah, that's where we're at with Brad Beal. I'm with that. Let's see. Cody wants to look at Green points, and we got some looks for Şengün rebounds. Did you have anything else in this one?
No.
Okay. This is a good game to be on, though.
The way I looked at it is like, I don't know, does Şengün have I wouldn't say a tough time here, but like, do we need a big Şengün game? Like, that's one of my thoughts.
Yeah.
Steven Adams probably gets a run today if they're going to run the two big, the Oreo big man in the front court for the Phoenix Suns. So
never hit it versus Suns without Ahmed Thompson. Only hit it once against Portland. What's that?
So Free Sauce is talking about an under PRA. The under is gone for Şengün. It's gone under 7 of the last 10 times, and then looks like he struggles sometimes against this team.
Against the Suns, yeah. I mean, he's going up against Mason Plumlee. I guess he was probably going up against him in this game. Maybe some Nick Richards as well. Not sure what that does.
The other angles without Amin.
That he goes under?
Yeah.
Interesting. Not sure how.
They've got this line just set really high. This 39.5 is just really high in general. Like, he averages 35 on the season, and that's at 39.5.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't trust him. I don't trust overs for him. So, like, that's what I was going to say to you is just like, yeah, why not go over? Mostly just because as easy as of a matchup as this is, I do see some Steven Adams minutes. The under, it's tough because he hasn't played this team. Like, it's not the same as when he's going under in a bunch recently against Phoenix when maybe they were throwing Nurk or other guys out there. It's tough to say, but either way, this is ungodly high for him at 39.5 when he's averaging 34.5 on the season. And yeah, this is all games, but I mean, 34.5 in the season, he's under in 70% of the games essentially. I understand that this Phoenix defense down low is just absolute dog shit, but that's crazy. Yeah, I like where your head's at too. Free sauce. That's crazy. Do you like this under?
I'd probably have to get saucy with it. I'd probably go under PRA, but over boards.
Oh, yeah, you snarky bastard. Yes, 11.5 high though. No.
Yeah, it's a bit outrageous. It's crazy, right? And I'll probably lose a lot of bets that I could have won if I just went simple with it. But like, I ran my numbers. I've made like 150 units profit on those types of bets alone.
Yeah,
like it's
yeah,
risky as well, but
you've committed to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
we're here now.
Yeah, we're here now. Exactly.
So if I go under his PRA, over 11.5 boards, it's plus 375.
Yeah. It's always going to be nice when you get that negative correlation. So that makes total sense. All right. I think we should keep moving because we still have a good amount of points. I know we got some looks for like KD points, stuff like that. Like it's not a great matchup for him. He went off against them last game because nobody else was playing. It was just KD and the boys with him and like the others. It didn't even have Grayson Allen, Beal, Booker. None of them played in that one. So a little bit off on that. I do think it's a good game for Royce O'Neal, but I just don't trust him to be involved in the offense. I think it's mostly KD, Booker, and Beal just continuing to shoot. So I'm good on that, but appreciate the looks that are coming in the comments. Doug E, though, did want to say about KD on the RA. Nice hit rate recently for him. 9.5 is low considering the assists are going to be tough for him to come by. And this one as sort of the off-ball player anyway, right? Going up against a team that doesn't give up much on the assists. So I'm kind of looking for a little bit of under tonight. But unfortunately, I don't think they're going to free Bol tonight. I think Bol is going to be a little bit more on the shelf, and he's going to be locked up again. So I don't know if I would be going with him either. All right, let's keep rolling because we do have a bunch more. I'm going to try to keep it a little bit tighter. But Yaz, Grizz, one more reminder, go ahead and give that video a like. For all those folks in here, got close to like about 850 or so. So appreciate everybody. But this is the best way to support us, by the way. If you could throw that like on there for all the free stuff we're bringing you. But what's up, sir? Smokes a lot. What do we got for Yaz and Grizz, Snoop?
I'm just checking to see whether we're not any closer to knowing who's playing.
We never are in this league.
I think the obvious look would probably be around Ja Morant points and assists.
How do you get away from it?
Yeah, I'm a sick bastard and I got away from it. I ended up playing Desmond Bane. I do like his chances to get some assists today, even some boards.
Yeah.
I liked his assists better than Ja's purely because of where he gets them. We know Utah leaks a whole lot of threes, and a lot of Ja's assists come right into the basket. And you got Walker Kessler's big ass down there.
Yeah.
And I figure if the Grizzlies are going to torch them from outside, then Desmond probably opens up Desmond Bane's assists a lot more than Ja Morant.
Do you not think that Desmond Bane's going to be the beneficiary of Ja's assist, though?
No. I think someone like Jalen Wells.
Oh, yeah. I have a bet for him, too. I need to make sure I get that.
Because he's been playing like ass. Like,
yeah.
If he gets some positive regression here, I think he can have a strong scoring game. And it's just a lot of penetrating and kicking out.
Nice.
Whereas Bane, to close out hard on. So you'll run him off the line. Whereas Jalen Wells, they'll give it to them.
Got you. I feel that. Since we're in this game, I love when the underdog put up an alert for Lauri Markkanen saying Lauri Markkanen available to play Wednesday, parentheses, Jazz don't want to get fined again because they just got fined once. So they're not trying to get fined again. And Caruso is officially out too. I just want to double check if there's anything for the I was looking at anything for like the bigs here, like Edie, if he's around, and Brandon Clark, because I think they're both still questionable. So that makes it tough. But as far as like
these two, Laurie unders, I just thought about it. If they it's like he has to play, but he doesn't have to play 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Do we just smash his unders?
Yeah, he's priced. He's definitely priced like he's not playing full minutes, but it's starting to go up. So yeah, I think we could give this a sec. Might be able to get this at a better number. Rebounds against this team too. I mean, let's see what the minutes like. So let's say he plays 24 to 28, which is super low. What's he at on the season? He's at 32. Let's just say 32 is his ceiling then. 28 to 32. As far as the rebounds go, he's at 4.8. That does go down a bunch. And then the points, still over an 11 to 16. Like this is, I mean, if we go up to 19 though, or 18, see like This is priced, I think, like he's playing fewer minutes anyway. So not sure if you're gonna be able to get there with the under for him. Do you know what I mean? There's something here for Desmond Bane. Like the points are too low. What I don't understand, do you know why he shot 11 times this last game against Phoenix?
No, I don't actually.
Me neither.
I have no idea. It was strange. You'd need to check the box score to see who was taking the attempts. Perhaps maybe someone else got hot. I know Triple J was in there, so
right. I mean, John went to the free throw line 10 times, 13 shots. So you probably put him at about 18, 19 shots or something like that. And then, yeah, I don't know. I didn't look any more closely at it. I didn't have time. There's 9 games on this.
I didn't bet on him on this game, so I didn't necessarily watch it too much.
I wanted to know about the big men because I might be going back to Jalen Wells boards. The chances have been there for him 10, 7, 7, 10, and 11 last game. And 11 came in 23 minutes against Phoenix because he came out for a bit and got hurt, which would have been annoying, but he cashed in the first quarter by getting 4 boards in the first 6 minutes in this last game against Phoenix. Like, I know Walker Kessler's out there, so, you know, there is a good chance about that. But, yeah, I think I'm going back to the boards, but I'm waiting on the Zach Edey news. This is definitely going to go down to 2.5 if Edey and or Brandon Clark are ruled in. So I've got to wait on that. But I think Jalen Wells is going to be a look for sure.
Yeah. I just had a look at that last box score, right, against Phoenix. And it's as if I'm looking at a Brooklyn Nets box score. Every active player outside of Concha, who only played 6 minutes, every single one of them took 7 or more shots. And Ja Morant had the most shots in that game at 13. Like participation trophies all around against Phoenix.
That's weird.
It's strange.
Mm-hmm. This is the look that I like the most for Bane. And I think Carissa just put up something about Bane assists and rebounds. I mean, Utah's going to give it up to everybody. But what Free Sauce was talking about was kind of where my head was at too for Bane was like rebounds for him. I don't quite know I don't think I care about the matchup. Maybe he's guarding Jordan Clarkson. I guess I don't really care really who he's guarding. Like, I think the rebounds for him in a game, like we're talking about the worst defense in transition for the Jazz versus the best offense in transition for the Grizz. And that's why I can't get away from like, maybe I just put 30 on Ja, like a Ja 30 plus or something to that effect. But yeah, I mean, 25.5 still feels like a really good number going down to like even money.
Well, it's come down.
5. Yeah. Pinnacle's still holding it at the 26.5. And like 35, 37, 34 minutes, like he's back up to his minutes in a great matchup. Shot 23, 29, and like 13. But like you said, this is closer to 20 because of the free throws.
I think, yeah. So you're looking at about 18 actual attempts.
Yeah.
The volume's nice. I don't know. I can't get Ja Morant. I've watched him play too many times recently, and it looks like he doesn't give a shit. Like,
I know.
I can't help but think that.
I'm hoping that this is the corner that he turned, but that's why like maybe the assists. But again, yeah, I guess if you rather just bet on Bane, that's where you're at. I'm trying to force it. So if it's I
bet on Bane rebounds and assists. That's what I took.
Yeah. So you combined them.
Yeah, I just combined them.
All right. Yeah, I get it. I might even go for the PRA as I think 21.5 is kind of low, but man, 34.5 is still really high. Everything is really high. Yeah. To quote, go see Mike, one of the VIP cappers too. If it's most of the time, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a fuck no when it comes to these bets that you're waffling on. So I'm going to use that one here and keep rolling. I know we've got Heat Clippers. I'd rather just move down to Nuggets Wolves for a minute, unless you had a bet for either of these two games.
It's outside of Andrew Wiggins' first quarter points.
Did you take it?
No, I didn't take it. I haven't built my parlay yet, but no, I've got nothing on this Heat Clippers game because I read the Clippers completely wrong yesterday, and I'm too afraid to go back to the well.
Same.
But I have a strong feeling what I predicted that would happen yesterday probably happens today.
Yeah, but now Kawhi's out.
Yeah, which throws everything out.
Against
but these guys, they're playing what? The third game in 4 days.
Yeah, for the Clips.
Yeah. So
that is
correct. To stay away from me right now. There's so many other games on. Why put myself through it?
Exactly. That's why I'd rather just skip this one and these two teams. PJ's questionable. Not going to get into it. Whatever. Mini and the Nuggets. I'm just going to say right now, because Melly D Money has been that consistent. I've seen this bet from him in the comments when I go back each time, and there's like been a bunch of comments each time. So proud of you for the persistence. That's why we start with it. Jada McDaniels over PRA. Do you have a Jada McDaniels thought in this game?
His hit rate is fantastic. Let's call that out.
Yeah.
Which makes it such an obvious play. The Wolves getting some reinforcements back, but he still has a decent matchup here to get some points as well, which is the main thing you need if you're going to cash a PRA bet. Minutes have come down slightly, but they should go back up in a close match here against Denver. If he's playing more than 30, then yeah, I don't hate it. I think it makes sense. How he does it, I don't know, but
well, this is the thing that scares me. It's still priced like Rudy and or Julius Randle's out.
I know,
and I think they're both. I mean, Julius is in, and I think Rudy's going to be a go and like pretty much full minutes.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I loved this game, but I also hate it at the same time because, especially looking at the Wolves, so many plays look good. Like this PRA looks good in isolation if you don't factor in anything else. Like it looks like a good play. But Julius Randle's look good. Dante DiVincenzo's look good. Rudy Gobert's looks good. Like it all looks good. Unless this game finishes with a total of 260, somebody's getting fucked here.
Yeah.
Totally. Chances are it's me.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think it's just too high of a number, Melly D. Like that's kind of what I always try to preach as well, which is like, yes, like whether the matchup's good or the recent hit rate is good, what's the number? And the number for him is not to me is too high in a situation where when he's got all these other guys around him, his usage plummets. Right. So his offense, like the Jaden McDaniels that we saw go for 30 because nobody played. Like, I don't even think Ant was in that game when he went for 30. That's not going to be the case anymore. He's not going to be getting up 15 to 20 shots anymore. So it's scary for me to take the stuff for him and it's priced too high. So that's where I'm at with that one. But appreciate the look. And like I said, appreciate the persistence. So
I think with PRA bets, you've got to understand where it's going to come from. Like with a PRA, unless you're super confident they're going to score a lot of points, like you probably shouldn't play it. But then at the same time, if you are, then you should just play the points.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you need to figure out, like, the hit rate is good for Jaden McDaniels historically, well, since the middle of February in every single stat category. So something's got to give. Like, where does he overperform today? Because I think that's where the value is. His assist line's at 3.5. He's up against the worst defense when it comes to assists allowed. But he doesn't get high potentials with Randle, Gobert, and all those things. So I'd probably eliminate the assist side. I'd piss that off. Now it comes down to, do we think he has a strong rebounding game? I think that's where he has the biggest potential. So his line's at 5.5. I could see a world where he gets 8 to 10 boards. And he had 8 rebounds the last time he played Denver.
Yeah, he had 8 on 16 chances in the last match against them.
Like that, then suddenly that could be the angle where it's like we just attack the rebounds, not the whole PRA. Because for that PRA to cash, you need him to do a whole lot of shit.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing too about a PRA over is like when you're putting it all together, you're doing that. You have to do what Daft was just said, which is break it down by each prop. The reason that I would take over on a PRA would be I'm finding with my own projections that I have 2 points of value on the points. I get 2 on the rebounds, 1.5 on the assists. I'm getting so much extra value on all of them that he could go off in one of them enough to help bump up one of the other 2 that he might not get. And so because there's value on each of them, there's extra value on all 3. Right, in that sense. So that would be why I would go over. But yeah, to your point, like this is a great game. They won by 29. Denver missed every shot they took. Everybody was available other than Dante in this game. But I do think even Dante being out there does impact things for him and where he is and who he's guarding and stuff like that. Right.
So his rebound numbers in the previous game they're overblown. But I would still say out of all the Jaden McDaniels props, probably the rebounds one that I would consider. Yeah, so I think this game's got a lot of pace in it,
highest potential, and it's the rebounds are the one. Even with these dudes out there, like, and it's crazy what happens actually without Dante. Like without Dante, he's so much better. But in like all these categories, but you put all these guys out there, he's still at 5.8 boards per game. Actually, might even be more. Yeah, we should put all the games up here. He's played 41 games. He's at 4.8, so it's about 1 rebound below this. But it's definitely better than the 1.7
put him at 30 minutes.
Yeah.
What happens at 30 minutes?
Put him in. Yeah, give him 30 minutes. Let's say he plays 30, 34. Right, and if he is going to be pretty important to the defense, but 30 to 34, points not as much.
What's his boards?
It's 1.5. Rebounds 4.9. It's all one less, but it's more likely than these other props for him. I don't like it for him. I actually took an under on Ant boards, and I want to get saucy with Ant as well, like I was showing you earlier. But I took under 5.5 boards. I know this looks scary in general, the thing here is when you look at it's the matchup based, and it's based on who he's guarding, which is what I talk about with rebounds, right? Whenever we say we're taking a rebound prop, well, who is the dude guarding on defense? That's a huge part of it. Offensive rebounds, whatever, but we're talking about defensive mostly. So in these 2 games this season, 3 rebound chances, 7 rebound chances, right? 4 and 1 board. This one he played 33 minutes, but I think it's pretty telling that the Nuggets, like I said, shot like 36% from the field as a team or something, and he had 3 rebound chances in 33 minutes. Not a great look. And then last season, going back to them, regular season, you can do the whole team, but regular season, he had 1 game, 12 with rebound chances on 8 boards, missing Gobert, Towns, and Naz Reid. So his 1 over versus this team where he had legit rebound chances, they didn't have a big man. So it was like Jaden McDaniels at center and him at whatever, right? So they were screwed there. And then, or I guess Luka Garza. But then the games where they had everybody, 5 rebound chances. He had 12 for 4 in this one, another one missing Karl Towns. We've got Rudy and whatever back, but 5 and 2 this in the other one. So he's guarding Jamal Murray. I don't know if I made that clear at the front, but he loves the challenge of guarding Jamal Murray and shutting him down. So he's just face guarding him like the whole game and just trying to take him out of it. And that's why he's not getting rebounds or chances on defense. So I love the under 5.5. And if you want to get saucy with him, under 5.5 boards, 4+ assists, 20+ points is about plus 200. So you get the negative correlation going under his boards, 4+ assists, which is something that he has done damn near every time against his team. 3 of 4 last year, both of them this season. And then, yeah, you look at the points. He has not gotten less than 20 or maybe less than 25. Yeah, 20 against this team. So I'm very confident in the 20+ for him as well with the usage. So I think that's a saucy little parlay there that I think I'm going to give out as well and bet myself.
I like it.
Cool. Anything else for this one for you before we try to close it out here? I'm going to see if anybody has anything else, and we're going to be dipping out pretty soon.
I like the Rudy stuff. So normally when these teams play, I go straight to Rudy. He seems to love this matchup against Nikola Jokic. My only question on it is on his minutes. I've seen rumors that there will be some sort of restriction, but we don't know what that number is.
Yeah.
First game back against the Spurs, he played 20 minutes, but a lot of that was because of foul trouble. So I don't know what the cap is. I don't know what I'm working with.
And they won by 17, and it was his first game back, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but he eats Denver alive.
I think if you like
points,
bet,
rebounds,
dude,
and
did you bet him yet?
I bet his PRA.
You did bet it. Okay, over.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
I was
over.
sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was going to tell you I think he is playing like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you think that you like these numbers at 30 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was conservative with my numbers, and I was like, played it. I ran my numbers at less than 30, and I still took the PRA, especially up against the yoke, the horse trainer. I loved it.
Yep, the horse trainer. He wouldn't even be offended by that. He probably identifies first as a horse trainer, second as a basketball
That's on his
player.
LinkedIn. His LinkedIn says horse trainer, not 3-time MVP.
Yo, does anybody know what if he's better at riding horses than he is basketball? That would be fucking incredible.
I'd feel sorry for the horse. But last 4 games,
he's not on the back of the horse, but it is pulling him. You're right.
Yeah. Last 4 games against the Joker, he's covered his points, rebounds, and assist line in every single one of them.
Yeah. And this was the only one he went 0 for 7 from the field. How do you go 0 for 7 when you shoot everything inside of 5 feet? But 26 rebound chances. And you like the dimes? Like you think he's good for 2 consistently?
I love the dimes. Yeah. I love them to death. 3 dimes for Rudy is like plus 320.
Got it.
Like it's scintillating.
Love the dribble handoff. Yeah.
A whole lot of handoff bullshit.
Yeah. Dude, one day we're going to be able to bet on screen assists. How many screen assists is Rudy going to have? Like where he sets a screen and a guy goes up and scores. I'm going to be betting that. But that is how he gets a lot of his assists anyway. He holds, Can
you imagine the stat corrections on screen assists?
Yeah, right. That would be, God, no, we're already in a whirlwind. I have people DMing me. I got to get back to a couple people, but random people DMing me like, yo, this thing fucked up on the stat. Can you tweet about it? We're trying to bully the books. I'm like, yeah, for sure. Me and my 3,500 followers are going to get right on bullying DraftKings for you. But anyway, Blazers, is that it for you, by the way? Because I know we're running out of time.
That's it for that game. I think. Yeah. What game are we on now? The Blazers.
Last one, yeah. Knicks and Blazers.
Knicks and Blazers. I'm staying away from Josh Hart, even though he owes me money. I expected big things from him, and I did get it. But I think he could have a big game. But I bet on Anthony Simons over 23.5 points.
Smart.
Also put a small amount on him to score 30. Pretty much this Knicks defense. Worst team at defending the pick and roll ball handler in the league. Mitch Robinson's back. So now we're pretty much guaranteed drop coverage with Karl Anthony Towns and Mitch Rob. There's going to be pull-up jumpers all over the place. It all comes down to whether he makes shots. I think this is a variance type of game. If he shoots well, he's killing this line.
Yep. How many? He plays 16. I don't think we're gonna get too much Mitch Rob, but if you're a center,
we'll get the non-cap minutes, right? But if let's say we had Precious Achiuwa in the non-cap minutes, suddenly we're not guaranteed drop coverage all game. He'll see different looks. Whereas I think he's going to see a ton of pull-up jumpers in this game. I think he takes 7 or 8 pull-up jumpers at the moment for the Blazers, the most on their team. And in the right matchup, we could easily see that 10. So
definitely. I came over here because I want to see, so this team, the Knicks are the second worst against the pick and roll man, but that is where Mitch Rob is going to help a ton, right? This is going to get worse, but I don't think they're going to get any better at defending the pick and roll ball handler, which they are dead last at. Like Mitch Rob ain't going to help that. Yeah, exactly. They're going to get worser than the worst. Right? So this is not going to be good for them. I agree. The only reason I'm not betting on Simons over points is because I tried to bet him under in this matchup. So the fishiest of fish bullshit that could ever happen to me is I go under him 21.5 points. It doesn't hit. So I'm like, oh, well, now I'll go over. And then he goes under again. And I feel like the biggest pansy idiot in the world. So that's what I'm saying.
The under against the Warriors. That matchup was tough as hell. But I think, did Jeremy Grant play in that game against the Warriors? Because part of the reason I like this is his numbers without Aiden and Jeremy Grant are rousing.
They're very good. Yeah.
So
you're totally right. I went under on what's that?
Is Jeremy Grant ruled out for this one?
Yeah, he is. He's out in this one.
Oh, fantastic.
He was like
even better.
Yeah, he was doubtful. But he's out. The bet that I have here is this is not a Kling Kong game. Just that the bigs are going to be available for Memphis. My phone was blowing up, so I was like, so the bigs are available for Memphis. The bet that I have in this one, I took an under on Kling Kong. I would have gone under on the points as well, but you never know with if maybe he matches Mitch Rob's minutes, but like if you're bad against the pick and roll man, this is the only way he scores. If someone just throws it up to the rim against his big ass and he's going up, or he's just putting back a dunk because that's all he can do. I love him, but that's all he can do. The boards still 8.5. I took an under on these. Not sure how long. I think 8.5 will still be around. But I got this for like minus 105. Love the under for him on the boards. Here's what I'll show you. One, this is just not a game for him. He's just going to get played off the floor. They're going to start Tumani Kamara on Cat. So that's
really?
That's the thing here is that Tumani Kamara is going to start on Cat. That's my projection based on, and I'm also like half stealing it. I thought this might be the case because I knew that he guarded Jokic in their last matchup against Denver. So I kind of assumed he was going to go back to that against Cat because I'm not even sure Rob Williams is going to be available. So they're showing that they're not down to put Kling Kong on the best big on the other team if it's a scoring big like Cat or Jokic. So they put Tumani on him, which means they're going to hide him on Josh Hart. That's the plan, according to the report. Yeah, the report is we're going to hide him on Josh Hart. It's like, Josh Hart doesn't stop running for 42 minutes of basketball. Where are you going to hide him? Like, what do you mean? Like, the ball's going to go up. He's going to turn around to box out Josh Hart. Josh Hart has already run past him to the rim. So that's not a good matchup. He's going to be gone in 17 minutes. If you look at him on the season, let's say we cap him at 26, which is once again, in my opinion, being very, very generous to him. Let's say you cap him at 26 minutes and you look at his rebounds. Already really, really bad, right? We know in these games, let's get all of the games. He's played most of these games with a cap of 26. So he's 6.5 boards, under in 36 of 46 games. Let's say we include now opponent rebounds allowed, and we take like even just the top half of the league and look at it. Even worse hit rate, right? 6.6, under an 18 of 22 games this season. So like this is a Knicks team that's not giving up boards to centers. They're going to, if you want to guard the center, you're going to guard Cat on the 3-point line, or I guess you can hide on Josh Hart on the 3-point line. But yeah, Kling Kong ain't made for this game. So I really love this under a ton. But any thoughts on that or anything else from this one?
I think you can't go wrong betting an under on this guy. I just stay away from him. I can't get him right at all. Gotcha. I wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on Denny? Because his numbers at 35 plus minutes are fantastic. But
for which
I don't know when he's going to get 35 plus minutes. Like he gets injured half the time as well.
Yeah. What's the prop you want to look at?
Rebounds and assists.
Yeah, I thought so. 11.5 is beatable. Not I thought so like, oh, that's obvious, but like I agree that's where I would be starting with him. What's the deal with Jeremy Grant being out?
Like it's the same thing. Like it's dependent on whether he gets the minutes or not. And I've come to this conclusion, and it's probably wrong because I usually am. But I'm like, Denny's one of those guys who doesn't have a set rotation. It's like, go out there and play. If you play good, we'll play more minutes. If you don't, you're playing less than 30. So
yeah,
that's what the numbers tell me. Like if you look at 35 plus minutes, he's a fucking animal. But then
that's crazy.
If you take him under 31 minutes, he's terrible. Yeah. So it might be a live bet opportunity if he starts off well. Then like he's a bitch or beast. This guy, like he's a fucking animal. Yeah. Like he's a bitch or beast for sure. So it could be a good live betting opportunity for those people who do that. But
wow, yeah, this is interesting. It was 12.7 RA per game without Jeremy Grant. It's 12.7 RA per game when you give him 32 to 38 minutes. Probably pretty closely related, but yeah, that's why. So I've been doing this type of stuff with him today, trying to get there with it. He's got the matchup with OG, not a great matchup, certainly not for points. Especially if Mitrob is in there. This dude's scoring all his points at the rim, as we know.
Yeah, the assist 60% of his attempts are down there now without
60%. Yeah, actually, I knew that because I watched a Daft preview video not that long ago, and he told me that, so I remember that. And that's why it was a great over for him against the Celtics without Kristaps, and then he got hurt after like 3 minutes, and I felt so bad for you because it was a great look. But yeah, no, for this one, I couldn't get there with it in the matchup. Again, to your point, I can't guarantee the minutes. I love to just say big minutes coming for him. And the reason I would, but this is conjecture, but the reason I would give him more minutes is like if Toumani Camara is your starting center, you can't get too small after that, right? You need Denny obvious size out there at that point. So
I'll tell you somebody in this game that I want to bet on, and it ties into your cling clong or whatever you call it. It ties into your thoughts process of him not getting many minutes.
Cling clong.
Fuck, I got no idea. I don't watch TV. What's his name? Fucking Jabari Walker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that means he gets time. Unfortunately, we don't have props available, but
Yep.
In the Portland Trailblazer games where I've been watching, hoping Denny Avdia plays well, then he doesn't. I see this man going off.
But I think to your point, Jabari is good for minutes with Kling Kong not getting minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you that he's the next go-to in this situation. And then the last one that I would consider, shout out my boy Swish Info in the VIP chat, put me on to Scoot whenever Jeremy Grant is out, actually. Get some pretty nice numbers as well. If you look at him without Grant on the season, what are we on here? Points. What happened to this? I don't know how to get back to it looking good, but I promise you it's been good in the past. Yeah, he's getting 12 to 13 though in that range. So it's probably losing value at 13.5 anyway. Only a slight uptick, but yeah, he like on the season, if you look at his on-off court stuff with Jeremy Grant, that's what's really good. So, all right, I am going to call it because we've got a bit of time, unless you had one more look, and I'm seeing if there's anything else, but
no, my tank is empty.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I know you got to go take a nap. Duop Reith could be a good look. I think, Duop Reith might be getting minutes. I got to see if Rob Will is in TJK, but we'll find out in a little bit. So, all right. Appreciate everybody. Once again, before you dip out, if you could give this video a like, super helpful, goes a long way. Make sure you're subbed to Daft's channel on YouTube at I Am Daft Previews. I'm sure you're going to be seeing that video out for him tonight for y'all in America, and then tomorrow morning as well. And same for myself. We'll have something for tomorrow's slate, and then we will be back tomorrow. No, I have at least Prop Bomb and Modai coming on tomorrow. Might be having Daft or Pips if they want to jump on as well. They'll let me know. We'll figure it out. But best of luck to everybody tonight. And until I see y'all next, happy betting.
Let's go.